Okay, I'm going to give the answer to a question that I see quite a bit on a video that I made probably a year or more ago. But I still get this question a lot, and I'm going to answer it right now. And it has to deal with my console safe and the holster that is mounted in it. A lot of people wonder, why did I mount a holster in my console safe? It's hard to get to. What good is a locked up pistol? Why you put it in there? And why did you do that to even begin with? I get these questions all the time, even a year later. And I just want to address those questions now. I do address them as I get them. I try to answer most comments I get. I'm sure I don't answer every one of them because I get a lot of comments and a lot of questions. So I can't answer them all, but I try to do my best to answer most of them and not miss them. But sometimes I may miss this question because it's been such a long ago video that I may not see it, or I get other comments. So I want to go ahead and address that now on why I did this. So let me turn the camera around, show you how I have mine set up and why I did it that way. Okay, so here is my console safe. You can see the doors up here. I do have like a mag pouch here. This is where I keep a spare mag. I keep I think there's like a multi-tool, and I can't remember what's in a knife's in the other pocket. And you can see actually a spare AJT key fob in the bottom. When I go jogging, I don't carry my keys. I lock my keys up in here, and I just carry a fob. That way I don't have the weight of the keys bouncing around whenever I'm running. But you also see in here a holster. I think this is a Dara holster with a ram system right here, and it is actually set up in a draw stroke manner. Now, this is not the quickest way to get to a firearm in your vehicle, but I didn't want to drill holes in the side of my truck somewhere, in the side of the console or something. And that way, when I went to trade it in, I had holes in the side of it. So I came up with putting a console safe in here and mounting a holster inside the console safe. Now, a lot of people go, you can't get to that. Now, I don't always keep my gun in this. First and foremost, I don't always stage my gun in the truck right here. A lot of times, I will stage it right here. A Glock 19 will fit right here pretty perfectly, actually. And that's where I leave it, usually just driving down the road. So why did I put this holster in this console safe? People say that's stupid. People say all kinds of comments. But the truth is, you can't take your firearm in everywhere you go. So let's say you're at a courthouse, you're at a school, you're at work. I can now put my gun in this holster. It is in a draw stroke position just in case I do need it. It is set up for a draw stroke perfectly, angled towards me, the driver. The trigger guard is covered. The trigger and trigger guard is covered because this is a holster set for a Glock that fits it perfectly. So now I can shut the lid and lock my firearm in my vehicle. And if anybody breaks in my vehicle, they would have to tear this thing apart to get that firearm back out. Like I said, you can't take your firearm in everywhere you go, and you need to secure that firearm so nobody can get to it. This was the safest way I found to do that without having to worry about somebody getting in and stealing it. This was not a cheap setup, but firearms aren't cheap either. So this was the lesser of the two evils. Yes, you could lock it, in your glove box or something like that, but that is plastic, and I feel like that is nowhere near as safe as this solid steel console safe that I have right here. And now I have stuff set up where I can keep my spare magazine, extra knives, multi-tools, and if I go to the beach or something like that, or a park or something, and I don't want to carry my wallet, or I'm going swimming, or I'm going jogging, I can stick my wallet in here, and I can lock that up, and nobody can get to my wallet either. So it just kills 2 or 3 birds with one stone, and just makes life a whole lot easier and takes some stress off of you and having to worry about somebody breaking in and stealing something out of your truck that you don't want stolen. Okay, so there it is. That's why I set my console safe up and my truck up the way I did. You just can't take your firearm in everywhere. That's the way it is. Unless you're like a federal agent, a marshal, a deputy, or something like that, you cannot take your firearm into these places, and you need to have somewhere to put it. that's safe, and you don't have to worry about it getting stolen or somebody breaking into your car and getting a hold of it. That would really suck to have to call the police and tell them your firearm just got stolen and you don't know who did it. So I highly recommend, if you're going to carry a firearm, you need somewhere safe to put it, and there's nowhere better than an actual safe. I keep my firearms in a safe at my house, keep my firearms in a safe in my truck. Now, I do plan on buying one of these for my Jeep, the same way they do make them for the Jeep, and I do plan on buying one for that so that I can do exactly the same thing that I did to this. And if you're going to store it in here, you want to make sure it's safe and make sure the trigger guard is covered and stuff like that. And the way I have this set up with that holster does exactly that. So there's the answer to the questions on why I did that. It's not stupid. It has a lot of rhyme and reason to it. And I think everybody should do that. I appreciate y'all watching this video. Please like, share, and subscribe. See you guys next time.